for the right moment.
Different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
That's not right either. I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones?
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant! You'd think you could... Ah! That is not how that... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look? Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all 5th years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you! This should be interesting.
One moment. Watch this.
Ugh! What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You'd best not keep her waiting.
The most I've ever been able to conjure was a single quill. Not sure I'll ever master that one.
Protego!
Concentration requires such precision.
Mother was furious when she set the table.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Every year. Bit chaotic, but loads of fun.
Oh, my mother makes the most delicious Alahotsi fudge every Christmas. Can barely fit into my school books when it's time to come back. I do look forward to going home for the holidays. Mum's pumpkin pasty is the best we've ever had.
My family has been sorted into Ravenclaw for generations. Bit of a bookish lot, one might say.
My brother just started Hogwarts as a Gryffindor. Thought for certain he'd be Slytherin. Cunning as he is.
Hurry up and assign the essay on werewolves. When are we getting to that?
There's simply too much information, if you ask me. Surely it's not all necessary. Next thing you know, they'll be teaching us about muggles.
As a muggle boy, I used to feel I had a lot of work to do if I wanted to catch up to the other students. Now I realise that no particular group of wizards has the monopoly on skill.
I wonder if it's even
What am I
quieter in the
missing?
restricted section of the library.
Revelio.
There was something else too. A dash of powdered bat spleen, I think.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
I think there were doxy eggs as well. But surely those were curdle.
can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Do you ever wish you could ride a hippogriff? I've ridden one, of course. Several, in fact. I just wondered if you knew what it was like.
Our neighbour at home knows someone who's related to the inventor of Skelegro. It's true. Limprid of Stinchcombe, his name was.
Last week, I performed a knee reversal on a second year. It was an utter triumph.
When I fell off my broom and broke 6 bones, they said they'd never seen Skelegro work so fast.
My uncle knows Kagawa, so I can't imagine I'm good at Kagawa's. And my aunt knows Black's wife, so all in all, I'd say I'm well set.
All of my relatives work at the ministry. Every one of them. I suppose I'll probably be a hard thing one day. That's just staying with me. How do owls know where to deliver their letters?
I sent a love letter to Imelda Reyes once, but I think she thought I was making fun of her because she's been rude to me ever since. When I said she was outspoken, I meant it as a compliment.
Wish someone would send me a love letter. Doubt that'll ever happen.
No one sends me owls. Can't remember the last time I got one. Not even on my birthday.
My mother was shocked the first time I sent her an owl from Hogwarts. She'd never seen anything like it. She's a muggle, so of course that makes sense. What? Don't make that face.
I almost bought an owl in Diagon Alley. Went with a cat instead. Odd-coloured eye and quite appealed to me.
I've heard that Isaac Cooper receives several owls a week from secret admirers. I suppose he is rather dashing. If you ask any Hufflepuff, they'll tell you there's a badger in their common room.
I tried to imagine the great witches and wizards of the past who once sat in the same chairs as we now get to sit in the common room. Most inspiring.
Why would Helga Hufflepuff have you tap on barrels, though? That's the only thing that mystifies me.
Every time I'm there, everyone falls asleep. I don't think that's what a common room is for.
Why study in the common room when you can be outside in the fresh air? I'd rather be in the courtyard than a musty old library any day.
I tried to hide a puffskein once, in the corner of the common room. Hogwarts has brought me and my siblings closer together. We've had to rely on each other without having our parents about.
My family has a lot of Muggle traditions, from my mother's side. Don't mind most of them. But cooking without magic can get exhausting.
My siblings and I have all been sorted into different houses. Came as no surprise to my father.
All of my siblings have gone on to work for the ministry. But I'm not sure I want to do that. Unless it's an aura. Oh, I'd like to be an aura.
My older sisters taught me everything I needed to know about Hogwarts before I stepped foot in the castle, including how to sneak food from in the kitchens.
My family has been sorted into Ravenclaw for generations. Bit of a bookish lot, one might say.
My interest in herbology stems solely from my desire to excel in potions. If you can't brew with it, don't grow it, I say.
Wish I could have studied here when Philida Spore was headmistress. Greatest herbologist of all time. I've read 1,000 magical herbs and fungi at least 1,000 times.
I can't wait until I'm a 6th year. Then I won't have to waste my time with herbology anymore. I'll miss Professor Garlic, mind.
I'm trying to grow some asphodel in the greenhouses. Such a beautiful flower. I almost hate trying out the roots for potions.
I wouldn't bother yourself about that. If I were you, I'd be more inclined to acquire myself some Bubba pus. I'm sure garlic could point you in the right direction. Soon get that complexion and better fettle.
I don't mind herbology myself. I'll take a mandrake any day over an annoying little puff scheme.
I'll trade you a spoon's worth of flubberworm mucus for a pufferpod. I don't find potions bearable at all. And if it's double potions, I question whether I wouldn't just rather be a muggle.
I had an awful time in potions the other day. Someone had scribbled all over the pages of my book of potions. The margins were as black as soot. And it was a copy from library. Scribbler's going to have me for that.
Why are we only learning all the boring potions? When are we learning Felix Felicis? Knowing Sharp, he'll probably teach it after we've done our exams.
My aunt has some potions recipes she swears are from Sigmund Budge himself. What? She wouldn't make it up. She says they're ones he didn't put in the book of potions. Likely powerful spells for the complexion. What? Why are you looking at my chin like that? Stop it! I doubt there's ever been a headmaster as hated as Black. Dubious honor indeed.
It's about time Hogwarts put someone like Black in charge. Perhaps now we can stop all these disgusting mudbloods from ruining the school.
Whoever decided to make Professor Black headmaster of Hogwarts must have been the victim of a flock of whoopers. Out of their mind.
My parents were thrilled to hear that Black was being put in charge. Our families have been friends for centuries.
Professor Black was terrible before he decided to cancel Quidditch. That decision was the icing on the cauldron cake, if you ask me.
Hogwarts hasn't been the same since Black took over. Lucky for us, we have Professor Weasley.
I can't believe Black is still the headmaster. He obviously hates the job. It's not like he's short of good guns.
My mother sent me a howler after I got a paw on my transfiguration owl. Without a doubt, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
It's been ages since I've sent an owl back home. My father will be worrying. Perhaps next week.
Owls fascinate me. They have a lot of responsibility in the wizarding world. Imagine all the walking we'd have to do if we didn't have owls to deliver our post.
Owls must be incredibly intelligent to deliver all those letters. I still get lost looking for our common room.
I don't send many owls to myself, but it is nice to get them. What? Don't look at me like that.
I never know what to say when I write to my mother. Hello, Mother. Classes are horrendously boring, and Professor Binns is still as dull as when you were in school.
There are a few students.
How many letters do you think come in and out of Hogwarts every day?
The portraits in the castle don't always have something interesting to say, but many of them do chatter on nonetheless.
I enjoy having lunch down by the lake, except when the giant squid splashes about. Not much for soggy sandwiches.
Have you been in any other common rooms? I'd love to know what it's like to be in another house, just for a day.
Oh, I've been turned around on the grand staircase one too many times. I simply avoid it now.
Have you ever been to... I accidentally dropped a flobberworm down my robes in potions once. You'd think I'd been hit with Tarantallegra the way I was prancing. Mortifying it was.
My aunt made some amortentia once, because she wasn't getting along well with my uncle.
Since when should it matter what anyone looks like? Surely it's about cleverness? Or wealth?
I tried to brew some amortentia once. It was an awful disaster. I thought he'd take an interest in me.
Do you think I have a big forehead? You can be honest.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the merpeople from the lake? I wish the headmaster would retire. Let Professor Weasley take over for him.
I wish there was something I could do to stand up to the headmaster. Likely best to keep my head down till I finish up here.
Professor Black was terrible before he decided to cancel Quidditch. That decision was the icing on the cauldron
in charge of a bunch of children. He hates children.
I can't believe Black is still the headmaster. He obviously hates the job. It's not like he's short of you guns. Oh, do shut up.
I'm just saying, you'd think she was the pioneer of the Wizarding School's Potions Championship the way she carries herself. And she's a first year. No need to look at me like that. And I know what you're about to say, so you can hold your tongue. I do not talk about her all the time. You haven't seen her about, have you?
I'd like to see your parents' faces when they see your marks at the end of term. Perhaps you should work on your polyjuice potion so you can pay them a visit as sharp and lie yourself silly about how marvelous you are and how you exceeded expectations.
Can't somebody let me copy their potions homework? I'm at least moderately good at charms, and I promise I'll let you copy mine.
Oh, everybody knows you're in remedial potions.
I don't know why Sharp's always referring to standard. Walking around with mistletoe berries. I thought about transferring the photographs just to get away from the stress and back in his mind.
If only Black had the power to choose the other professors too, then we could get rid of Muggle.
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included. Revelio. Revelio.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
A snot on your nose. Thought you'd want to know.
Revelio.
Fills our stone hearts with joy to be in the presence of such arrogance. Never forget what that Hufflepuff girl said in 1421. What lovely stone.
Poor Ickle.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso!
Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso. Lucky. Nothing lucky about it. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
All of my students left. I do enjoy life with duels.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Revelio. Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned? Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
I can't wait for you.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.